Vicpothesis. Coming to you live from Vicpothesis Thoughts. I don't have a issue with anybody making whatever amount of money they want to make. I really don't. But it shouldn't be made by stomping on others. If you have an idea and people support it, you pay them and they support you and your idea, then take care of them. But it doesn't mean to steal from people to line your pockets. If that's the case, then what's wrong with groups of people that are organized and steal stuff from other people? There shouldn't be an issue then, But because it could be a government, then that's okay. You know what I mean? So it's you ever heard of this? I think it's called Doge. Doge. You know what that stands for? Do oligarchs or oligarchy get everything? I'm not the one who named them. They named themselves. And then that's a question they're asking each other. And their answer, what they think, is yes. But, the old, be careful what you wish for, because you might get it. It's, you ever heard the saying, get too big for your britches? Or how about the eyes are bigger than the stomach, or something like that. And it'll happen. It'll happen. And I believe we'll see it in our time. And of course, we're going to all have to go through the suffering because of these people. And, some people see things and other people have to get beat into submission. It's like I always say, some people just need a little, just a little push to help them, along the way. Keep them going and, get them on the right path. And then some people need a fucking shove. You have to shove them because they won't move. They're blinded by whatever it is they're blinded by. Whatever their childhood traumas are now manifesting themselves today. And whatever other issues they had against society or against anybody that's done anything to them, and I'm going to still all call it childhood trauma, whether it's up to, in their 20s. I'm going to label it that. And so that, it's just a matter of it's the old, I'm in the shit, I'm going to drag you in with me. Misery, love company. All that kind of stuff. But I like to call it being in the shit, and they're trying to drag you in there with them because they want you to smell like them. And then, when you all smell like that, or people smell like that, then nobody can smell it. It's okay. And the only ones who can smell it are the people who are not in it. They're like, those dudes reek, man. And that's where we're at now. And it's sad because some of these people are supposedly educated and knowledgeable. I don't know if I read or heard or something years ago that they were talking about hypnosis and stuff like that, and people always like, I can't get hypnotized and blah blah blah. You know what? The easiest people to hypnotize are the people that think they can't get hypnotized and they're so intelligent they can't. It's called mind manipulation, my friend. And let me give you an example of a, if I could, of some sort of manipulation. And manipulation, in my opinion, is not always a bad thing. Because, if you don't want a kid to run across the street, you'll honk the horn, you'll show them a video, you'll show him something to say, look, don't do that. And you manipulate him so he doesn't do that, and then, use a sidewalk, whatever. But the manipulation is this. You can directly manipulate somebody by, interactions with them, right? Talking to them and their way of thinking and their words and trigger words for them, if you know what they are. And that's easy to find out. And then there's the other type of manipulation where you can manipulate their environment, right? And then, of course, there's the old pickpocket, not the slick whatever. You know, it's the look over there and, grab it. It's the old way of strangulation. Hey, let's look at the stars, and then some dude comes up and strangles them. Because guess what? They're looking at the stars, right? They're all looking at the stars, except the one dude who's going to come up and do the strangling. And when you're looking at up at the stars, you're looking up at the stars. Your head's looking up, your chin's up, your neck's exposed. And so that's where they are doing some of that right now. And then the next they're doing is the shock and awe doctrine, or the shock doctrine, which there's plenty of reading materials out there on that. And I would advise you to look at it. It's basically this, like, if that's what a flashbang grenade does. They throw it in somebody's house. Thereafter, boom, it bangs, or it flashes and then it bangs, because, the different speeds. And then that puts them in a state of what? And at that point, you can interject whatever you want at that point, and whether it be a team to do whatever, or unless you there is some training you can do within yourself, but you have to be diligent about it, and you have to believe it, and then you have to test it, of course, because otherwise you won't believe it. Because, well, maybe you would, but maybe not you personally, but it's society, people that are out there that believe anything, right? The boogeyman. Who's scared of a man that comes around dancing? What the heck? But yet people are scared of it because they say boogeyman. It's all manipulation, my friends. And you could at some point say, I am trying to do that, but I'm not, because I'm talking to the atmosphere. You don't have to listen to me. You can listen to me. You can pick and choose what you want to listen to. It's just like reading a book, or for me anyways. I read a book and I pick and choose what resonates with me, and then I use it. It's like if you're doing any kind of exercise, you're only going to do the exercises that work good with your body, and that make your body feel the way you want it to feel, or look the way you want it to look. So if you're doing pull downs, the bar is a straight bar, comes across right, the horizontally right, you sit down and you pull it down, right, and you lift the weights. And some people used to do it behind their necks, and I'm sure there's still some machines still do, but so some people only used to go down to, say, their ear level, and then other people used to go down to their actual lats, right? I'm sorry, their traps. So, and then you like, this person's stronger, that person, person has better technique, that person has better technique, and then somebody that has big traps or something, you're like, oh man, I want to, and our lats, because it works your lats, right? Also, so, you want to be like that, so no, well, you got to go down this far. Well, no, you don't, because everybody's different. Everybody. See that? Everybody. Separate those two. So, it depends on your clavicles. If there's different lengths, and so some won't permit you to do that, and if you do it, you force it, then you start getting those pains in your clavicles or in your shoulders or your deltoids or something because of that exercise. It's not because you're not perfectly in line, or you're this or that, or it's too heavy or it's too light. No, it's because your body is not, that's not for your body. That's it. You see? So with anything, it's what's for you and what's going to help you. Hey, if you think the fools at the top are going to help you, oh man, hey, if you believe that, write a check for $1 million, and spend it, and then go out and just have a great time, and don't worry, the courts are going to take care of you, and they're going to pardon you, and they're going to understand, they're going to understand you're really not good at finances and business, but you're a good talker, so they'll let you go. Don't worry about that, no matter who you are. Yeah, give that a shot and see what happens. You see? And that's the way it works, my friends. It's another Vicpothesis, mind numbing, blowing, whatever you want to call it thing. But manipulation is going on. We'll be manipulated, whatever. I don't like to be reactionary, and I would hope I'm not. But if I am, I am at this point in time, because you know what? Say I wasn't reactionary. Say I would say said all this stuff a while back. Everybody would say you're crazy, and they still might now. And so what? If I am, or if I was, or if I will be, I'm going to embrace it. That's who I am, and I'm going to use what I know about those things, and I'm going to use them to my benefit. You see? I'm not going to let somebody hold me back because they say, you're this or you're that. Yeah, damn right I am. Thought I wasn't? You know? So what? I'm going to go run and hide? You know, so... just try to realize what's going on. That's all. And I hope and wish and pray the best for everybody. And I hope and wish and pray that there doesn't have to be so much suffering for people, because there's going to be more suffering. And I'm going to say this, and I don't care, believes me who doesn't. The ones who are going to survive are the poor. The very ones they're trying to get rid of. Or those are the ones who are going to survive. And maybe not that they're poor now, but maybe at one time they were. And, and even some of those too. Because they've been through it. They can do without something. They've been without something. It's not a big deal. I mean, it is, but you're like, what, I can get past this. I could survive on potatoes, huh? I could survive on beans. I could survive on radish, whatever you survive on. I can survive off the bark off trees or whatever they're saying, and the bugs are under them, But people can survive, and they're going to survive. And then at some point, the wheel's going to turn, and then people are going to get crushed. And then so now what's going to happen is we're going to say, they're going to say, should we do as they did to the person who said let them eat cake? Vicpothesis. Take care of yourself and your family. Be mindful, my friends.